Happy Sunday, everyone. It's the second official day of the Christmas season, and I'm here out walking the dog on the lake. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but today is the feast of the Holy Family, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about consecration to the Holy Family. This is a unique Catholic concept where you consecrate yourself to Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. Of course, we're consecrated to Jesus at our baptism already, but the consecration to Mary and Joseph is something I really only learned about as an adult, despite having gone to Catholic schools my entire life. I consecrated myself to Mary several years ago, and it's been amazing, I honestly have to say. I went through this program, and I can put the link in the comments, or I'm happy to share it with anybody. But it was a couple months of readings and videos, and there's also a 33-day consecration. It's very popular, but it's just amazing. Talking to Mary, developing a relationship with her that I never had before, and to have that relationship with my mother in heaven, my foster mother in heaven, Jesus' mother, has, I think, also brought me closer to Jesus, understanding more about his upbringing, the woman who raised him, having that intercession as a mediatrix is a popular term the Catholics use. Another way to go to Jesus, basically. And then last year I did a consecration to St. Joseph by Father Calloway, which also just was amazing. I learned so many things about St. Joseph that I never learned before. And, he doesn't say any words in the Bible, which is amazing, but we can actually learn a lot. There's a lot of other writings and teachings about him that have been revealed over the centuries, and the church has really grown to appreciate St. Joseph, just especially in the last couple centuries. In the last couple of years, we just had the year of St. Joseph. So that was an amazing experience to be able to pray to Joseph every day and experience graces that flowed through him from Jesus. And also, again, I thought it brought me closer to Jesus because I understand now more about his father, what his father went through as Jesus was conceived and born and raised. Jesus' first 30 years were basically probably spent with his family. We don't have a lot of writings on this. We know that at least his first 12, 13 years were spent with his family, because we have the story of Jesus in the temple, and we have the writings in the gospel that say that he went back to Nazareth and lived out as an obedient son. And that's what the gospel today talks a little bit about, how to be a holy family. So we're called as men to love our wives. Wives are called to be obedient to their husbands. Not that they have to be less than or slaves to the husbands in their family, obviously. But it's a special relationship. It's a covenant relationship with one another. And I'll talk more about marriage in other videos, but men, we're called to be spiritual leaders of our families. And where do we get our inspiration from? It's from the women, from our wives. And children are called to be obedient. And likewise, parents are called not to be too harsh on your children. Of course, you have that saying, you spare the rod, spoil the child. But I think also we don't want to be discouraging of our parents, of our children, rather. We don't want them to lose hope because of something we do. We want to inspire them. And so I think if we look to the Holy Family as examples of that, we see, Mary nurturing and loving Jesus. We see the fraught that they are dealt, that they deal with when they lose Jesus for 3 days. You see their response to finding Jesus in the temple. They don't beat him or scold him too harshly. They ask him, "Why did you put us through that?" And then Jesus answers them that he must be of service to his Father. And they realize that, oh yeah, okay, we have this deeper responsibility to our children. And so we can learn a lot from them just reading the scriptures about what the Holy Family does for our salvation, for Jesus' salvation. Not that Jesus has to be saved, but informing Jesus so that he can save us. And then we can also learn just by their example of holiness and the trust that they gave to God in their calling, to not run away, to accept what might come. They knew something special was coming, but they didn't know exactly all the twists and turns. Mary had it revealed to her by Simeon that she would experience these great sorrows, and Joseph likewise had sorrows, I'm sure, to go through. Running away into Egypt, trusting God that was the right thing to do, right before the death of the holy innocents in Jerusalem and Bethlehem, ordered by King Herod. So they certainly had their struggles. They weren't rich, and they had to trust God. And so likewise, we are called to trust God. And this day, I just want to invite you all to meditate on the Holy Family, what they meant to Jesus' upbringing, what they still mean to us today, what they can do for us today through their intercession. And open yourselves to the blessings that the Holy Family can bring. I personally cannot wait to meet Mary and Joseph in heaven. I look forward to that day. And today I pray to them and I honor them. And I ask for their help in bringing me closer to Jesus during this Christmas season. Amen.